Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Radio Free Wall Street. You're here. It is time. And we're popping out the champagne. We're celebrating. Yay! No, not the fact that Donald Trump got involved in collusion and the engineering of the bimbo eruptions. No, not about the fact that Cohen and Manafort both had extensive Russian connections, which they used during the campaign. No. We're celebrating the longest-running bull market in stock market history. Today, it is the biggest bull market ever, and it is out of control. And I'm breaking out the champagne, and you want to know why? Never, ever have we had one of these bull market manias that doesn't end in a great bear market, normally the market losing more than half its value, in a Great Depression and recession. Okay, so we are at the end, not the beginning. See here, the amateur, they buy at the end of every market, or they buy at the top, and they sell at the bottom. So people are saying, oh yeah, it's the biggest bull market area, let me buy some, yay! You go, oh, stupid. It means it's the end. You want to buy at the beginning. Anyway. Well, okay. I guess you don't, because your destiny in life is to donate money to the rest of us to know to trade markets. I love stupid. As I've said to you often, stupid is God's favorite color. He painted the whole world stupid. God, why? Why do so many stupid people in the world? And the voice of heaven said, because you can take their money. Thanks, God. Appreciate it. So God's on our side with the angels. So I want to thank all of you people who are in these little funds, especially Fidelity and BlackRock. And their funds are doing so well that they love you so much, they're giving the funds for free. Yeah, we're not going to charge you any fee on the fund. Honey, did you hear that? There's no fee on the fund. It's called the free cheese in the center of the fund, as in mousetrap. Sucker! But anyway, Wall Street's got this longest bull run, and animal spirits are hot, and it is really a piss-poor, wimpy-dimpy bull market run. Now, you got on top of that the fact that the President of the United States, and they're going to pinch an inch on his ass, yeah? He's got himself a problem. His lifelong attorney is snitching him out. In fact, he's agreed to testify before Congress with no immunity. I mean, this guy is like, I'm going for Donald Trump. I'm going to tell you what a piece of shit he is. Why? Well, something about when you scorn people, you insult them, you make them feel bad. It's called payback. And Donald Trump has a whole lot of payback people. I mean, Stormy was a payback. The bunny rabbit girl with the little white tail, she was a payback one. And, you know, payback people keep mounting up. How bad is it? Well, Donald Trump is undoubtedly the most powerful man in the world and among the most stupid, and is undoubtedly in big shitting trouble. Now, how long can this go on for? Well, the answer is you got midterm elections coming up. That gives you kind of a cap on events. Donald Trump is desperate. Now, if he can pull a rabbit out of his hat and he can keep the House by some miracle, well, then you got to give him credit. He's got some longevity. But my bet is, no, that's not going to happen. In fact, I think there'll be a fight for him to keep the Congress. And that means after the elections, when January comes along, Donald Trump will be the most investigated man on the planet Earth. There will be more committees, more testimony, no hearings. You talk about deep state. Holy shit. This is all state, re-state, me state, you state, I state, they state. He is going to be in so much shit. It's going to be unbelievable. Now, to say Donald Trump's had a checkered past is an understatement. To say that he's been the sleaziest businessman of all time is, again, an understatement. To say he's operated a laundromat, to say that every deal he touches turns to shit. I mean, go to Aberdeen. Go to Trump Casino. I mean, it's a shithouse mess. So what's going on with Donald Trump? Well, he is living in the twilight zone. His days are numbered. Donald Trump, come in the new year, will be like I said, the most targeted man on the planet. He has himself problems with the economy, he has problems with the taxes, he has problems with the debt, he's got problems with the trade agreements, which he's going to try to gloss over, and he'll come back alive in the new year. So what do you got going on here? You got the biggest shitting, contested, hated president ever Remember Dickie Nixon, okay? And Donald Trump is just a magnet now for problems. He's a magnet for investigations. And I think it's only appropriate that the day after his own guys got convicted and snitched him out, that we celebrate the longest stock market bull run ever. But you know how bull markets end? They end abruptly, and they end in crashes. They end in wipeouts. They end in recessions and depressions. They end in poverty. And they end in death and destruction of the economy. A fitting end to the Donald Trump presidency. Now, what do you got with Donald Trump? Well, you got a guy that really should not be president of the United States. And I think everyone was hoping that he would rise to the occasion, and he sunk like a lead sinker, okay? Donald Trump rising is not happening. Donald Trump collusion is happening. Donald Trump's obstruction of justice is happening. Donald Trump's desperation is happening. But as far as any real growth, as far as any real changes, as far as a man rising to be president of the United States, nothing could be further from the truth. Donald Trump has put the White House in a new low. He has so divided the country that race wars are really something that's a possibility. He has done so many ugly stuff that you sit there and you go, Donald, why? Now, he had a really bad day yesterday. And still, in spite of the conviction of Manafort with his Russian connection, by the way, a cold-blooded murderer, Donald Trump still supports him. And Cohen, on the other hand, who's Donald Trump's Mr. Fix-It, Donald Trump condemns as a traitor. So you got to understand with Donald Trump, you're a hero one day and a villain the next. And the problem with Donald Trump is that he does not realize how big his problem is. Now, trust me, he knows it's a problem. Donald Trump absolutely positively knows that things are pretty ugly out there. But he does not really grasp the fact that his presidency is in jeopardy. He thinks it's just a couple bums, a couple stool pigeons, and like the Donald Don, all he's got to do is kind of silence the fake news and the investigation. My predictions are the following. Before the end of the year, we will have a huge stock market downturn. It could come right before the elections, after the elections, or during the elections. Right after the elections, there's a disaster. That's one. 2, Donald Trump will do crazy shit like try to show he has a negotiation settled with the Chinese when he doesn't. He will release oil from the strategic stockpile. I could see him going in there, attacking ISI in Afghanistan with a shock and awe bombing run. And I could see him ending the Mueller investigation and let the chips fall where they may. Now, that's the nice stuff. Now, on the scenes, well, God help the detractors of Donald Trump. They really are risking their lives, okay? This is a desperate president who's capable of anything. Yeah, am I accusing the President of the United States of maybe executive action? Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell yeah, without a doubt. Does Donald Trump understand the severity of his predicament? No. Does Donald Trump believe he's smarter than everyone else and all he's going to do is pull a slick deal and get out of this thing? Yeah. Donald Trump is now planning his survival. He is planning shock and awe. He is planning the grand finale of the Apprentice program brought to you from the White House, and he is going to do something really big right before the elections. And like I said, I'll just give you some possibilities. The problem with Donald Trump is that he does not yet grasp the depth of his problems. He does not grasp yet the amount of evidence that's against him. Remember, everyone's saying, oh, yeah, no one's proven anything. No one's proven it. Well, you know why? Because they've proven it. They just aren't releasing the details. Got it? There is proof of Donald Trump's Russian collusion. There is proof of the Russians interfering in the election and actually getting him to win. There is proof of him aiding and abetted by the Russians. There's proof of them working back and forth as a team. There is proof of the troll farm, the econometrics, the analytical problem situation out of England. And you know what, that dossier? The problem with the dossier is it has not been proven. But what they don't tell you is it's not been disproven. And I submit to you that more and more things in the dossier are bringing back more and more convictions, okay? Donald Trump has got a problem. Now, if you want to go down with the sinking Donald Trump, you can. Not going to make any money. But I got an idea. Why don't you turn the most corrupt, convoluted, the biggest imbecile to ever sit in the White House into a great big fat payday? The stock market is going to wipe out. There is no saving it. The Fed is raising rates. They're going to do so in September. Right now, there's hope that they'll pause. They're not going to pause. They're going to bang it even harder. So Donald Trump is toast. Got it? Donald Trump is going to go down as the worst president we've ever had. He's going to knock this economy into a depression. And you know what? I don't want to see you go down with it. So let me tell you what. There are fantastic trades as the stock market wipe out, as the dollar soars in value, as the yield curve flattens and inverts. I mean, we have got ourselves in the most target-rich environment I've seen in my lifetime. And we are going to have moves that are very similar to what you saw in 2006, 7, 8, and 9. That was the biggest stock market crash, economic wipeout. Remember all that? Donald Trump is in trouble, guys. Donald Trump has no idea what to do. Donald Trump does not know how to make this go away. And the reality is, it ain't going away. This is going to get bigger. This is going to get better. So today marks a very interesting cornerstone America. The peak of the stock market. The beginning of the end of the Trump administration. What will be the start of the Great Recession that turns into the Great Depression. And this will end in ugliness for most people. This will end up with an abject poverty for most baby boomers. And this will end in a Donald Trump that crashes and burns the end of the runway. Humiliated, he will limp out of the White House. And the economy will take decades to recover. So are you ready for the Donald Trump wipeout? Are you worried? Are you ready for this great big party they're having turning into a funeral? Are you ready for Donald Trump crashing and burning and going down and not recovering? Because if you're not, I suggest you get ready. Because if you get ready to become vastly wealthy at Donald Trump's expense. Donald Trump wants to make America great again. He wants to make you great again. He just doesn't understand how doing it. Now, Donald Trump is not going to make America great again by his activities. He's not going to make America great by his economic policies that are a disaster. He's not going to make America great again by these stupid-ass trade wars. He's not going to have companies returning to America. You know, just on that note of America, we have seen the largest payout of dividends of corporations ever. In other words, the capital they returned, they were going to build factories, provide jobs, and give wages. They didn't do that. They didn't pay higher wages. They didn't open factories. You've had the largest sky buyback ever. You have the largest shares of stock sold by insiders. And you have had the largest dividend payout in American history. In other words, the money was dispersed to the fat cats. It wasn't used for factories. It wasn't used for jobs. It wasn't used for anything to generate taxes. And it's party time on Wall Street. So you've had this great big run. Okay, how about the party's over? Remember, markets don't crash from their bottoms. They crash from their tops. The higher they go, the faster they fall, the harder they hit ground, and the lower they go. So I am here to tell you that this has been one hell of a week. This is the week the Donald Trump presidency met its match, its demise. This is the week that we learned what a scumbag, a manipulator Donald Trump was. He colluded in his election campaign to pay those girls so they couldn't find out about his stormy weather and his kinky stuff and his affairs. And he couldn't get it done. So I say, look, you're president of the United States. You can't pay off your bimbo girlfriends and keep it under wraps. Sure, you know, right? They should be impeached just for that. You know why you're impeached? No, Donald, you're not impeached for Russian collusion. We know you did it, but you're not going to be impeached for that. No, you're going to be impeached for being a screw-up. You're going to be impeached that you got your own attorney trusted for 30 years, records on you and snitches you out. You can't handle that? You got these girls that you couldn't silence, newspapers that had to counter the story? That's not my kind of president. I mean, I guarantee you don't hear nobody. By the way, you think about it. Vladimir Putin is Donald Trump's bro, his bunkie, and his lover, his hero. You don't hear any women coming forward talking about Vladimir. How long do you think that would go for? You ain't even heard one person that was a trusted confidant of Vladimir Putin that has ever said anything bad. Can you imagine they try that shit? This is a guy who's going down. He can't manage the narrative. He can't manage the spin. Now, he's going to pull some great publicity stunts. I can't wait to see the next hour of the Trump reality TV show from the Rose Garden. I can't wait to see what kind of crap he pulls. And I can't wait to see it blow up in his face and not work, because Donald Trump is in trouble. Donald Trump's going down. Donald Trump is not going to make it as President of the United States. He's not going to make a second term. I doubt he'll finish his first term. Donald Trump is going to lose the House, maybe the Senate, and he is going to be, like I said, the most investigated man in the world. He's going to throw the economy into turmoil. Corporations are already pulling back. They're already cashing in. They're already dissipating the capital they've got. And in that sense, they're heading for the hills. The only people who are buying into this thing are the Trump idiots, the Trump supporters, the Trump fools. I call them the Trump chumps. So it's chump hour in Trump land. The problem is the president's clueless. He does not realize how big his problem is. He's got somebody like Giuliani. Giuliani has passed his sell-by date, my friends. Giuliani should be tending his rose garden. He's here telling truth is not truth and lies are not lies and all this crazy shit. No one's buying that crap. Oh, Donald Trump lies, but it's okay if he lies because the presidential lie. And Donald Trump lies. It's a good lie because he lies because he has wisdom to know how to lie, when to lie, and who to lie about. Really? Everything Donald Trump has touched has turned to shit. He has not gotten his agenda going. It's not a successful presidency by any stretch of the imagination, and it's now headed for disaster. Disaster, I tell you. So, celebrate the stock market's longest bull run ever. The VIX indicates it's the least fear of a downturn that trade or institutions have ever had. In other words, they normally carry some protection. They believe that nothing will go wrong with this rally. It's going to continue forever. They believe that Donald Trump is untouchable. He will not be impeached. He will not be sanctioned. He will not be investigated. This is going away. And the market is in fairy tale land. I call it Disney World. And it is a damn shame. So, guys, wake up and smell the coffee. Look at what's happening to Donald Trump and realize his days are numbered. Look at the Federal Reserve raising interest rates. Look at the stock market, the biggest rally ever. And then wake up and realize, oh, my God, this is coming to a bitter end. All that's left now are the tears. All that's left now is the wipeout. And Donald, you did it to yourself, buddy. You know, forget the deep state conspiracy. If it's a deep state conspiracy, you don't need it. Donald Trump's own attorney came forward and snitched him out. Donald Trump's girlfriends came forward and testified and brought the case forward. I mean, Donald Trump's own people are bringing him down, not the deep state warriors. Donald Trump, all I can say to you is, what is your next career going to be? Because your time as President of the United States of America is rapidly coming to an end. And I say to people out there with your investments, you better know how to trade a depression because you got one coming.